Hey people, how are you? How are you? How are you? Just thought to catch up with everybody. I woke up this morning and I was a little bit, I was feeling a little bit down because of this upcoming lockdown again. But as I always say, have conversations with yourself, reflect on things. Ask yourself pertinent questions and things like that. And I ended up going for a walk, which boosted my mood because the sun was up, the ducks were out. And in the process of doing that, I then realized that what really prompted me and made me go for a walk was my hope and trust in the pattern that I used before to survive the last lockdown and to survive actually the last 3 years. As I always say, without hope, everything seems pointless. So I'm saying to you now, continue to be hopeful. We are in November, another month to go, and then we'll be in January 2021. And I'm sure everybody always looks forward to the next year as being a better year than the one they're coming out of. And I think in many ways it always works out that way. But then again, it depends on how you allow your mindset to lead you. I mean, we could say like last year, around October, November, I could hardly walk. I was in pain 24/7. I was crying more than a third of each day, though I never told anybody, but that was my routine last year. Physiotherapy, consultant appointments, GP appointments. That was my routine. And I remember telling myself, you know what? It's October, it's November. We're almost into the new year, 2020. And I allowed myself to be excited about that because I was hopeful that 2020 will be a better year. And then 2020 came and coronavirus came and lockdown came. And initially I thought, oh my goodness, can things get any worse? Just as I'm coming out of this one flow phase, God seems to have thrown another one right in my face. And I thought life was so unfair. But then on reflection, as I sit here now, I'm looking back at 2020, comparing 2020 to 2019, and I'm actually realizing that in so many ways, 2020 for me has been better than 2019. It has been horrendously horrible sometimes, but when we put the odds on a scale, it has presented more positives for me. Trust me, when I had the coronavirus, there was a day I said, God, take my life. I can't do this anymore. I can't live like this anymore. I can't take this pain anymore. But I think God knew that there was better things for my purpose ahead of that virus attacking me. And when I healed, I had actually been empowered by that struggle, by that pain, by that near miss, to be more positive, to do as much as I can whenever I can, which is what I've been doing the rest of the time during lockdown and when lockdown stopped and now we're going back into lockdown. I'm just gonna maintain my momentum on being positive, doing the best I can whenever I can. And when I'm down and in pain, when something brings me down, I just take it as a detour, not as a fatalistic end of the story. So yeah, I'm encouraging people. Yes, we're going into the lockdown. Yes, it's bad. It's not something that we wanted. It's not something that we would have asked for or prayed for. But it is what it is. We are going into lockdown. But the positive that I can say is, at least now, we have learned coping mechanisms with isolation, with the lockdown, and even with the virus itself. We have learned ways of looking after ourselves, and that's a positive. We have learned new ways of engaging, of interacting, of keeping in touch, of making new friends, new relationships. We have even learned new ways of creating new careers that accommodate the way things are. Right. I'm not saying there are no negatives or horrible points to consider, but I'm saying make that choice to focus more on the possibilities, focus more on the positives than you focus on the negatives. Some people would dwell on the negatives. I leave them to it. I choose to focus more on the positive. Yes, I have my down times like this morning when I'm like, when is this gonna end? Why does it keep happening? And all these things. But then again, I talk myself out of negativity by focusing on the positives that are actually there. They are there, as I have said. They are there. We are still alive. We have learned things. I have done courses for free during lockdown that I would have paid a lot of money for before. Like if I had attempted them last year, I probably would have paid a lot of money for. But because of lockdown and people giving, what do you call it, goodwill, and people trying to maintain their customer base, has meant for me that I have managed to do some of the courses I wanted to do for free. That's a positive. I've become closer to my family because I learned the use of video calling on WhatsApp, on Zoom, on StreamYard, and so increased communication. Before that, I just used to think, oh my God, my family is so far away. I only get in touch with them a few times and all. But now I actually engage with them more than I did before. We even have activities that we do online with friends, with communities, with neighbors, with our churches, with our work colleagues. Some of us work in the front line. We still work. When we're off, we are making full use now of social media. We're making full use of the digital life to maintain relationships, positive attitudes, learn new things. That's good, isn't it? I would say that should be good enough to keep us going into 2020. And fingers crossed, 2021. Fingers crossed 2021 will be better than 2020. Nobody knows what's going to happen tomorrow, next week, next month, or next year, or the next decade. But what we live on, what we survive on, is hope. So, while this lockdown is going to go on tomorrow for whatever length of time, let's continue to hold on to hope. Let's continue to hope for a better day, for a better week, for a better month, and for a better 2021. I just thought I should pop in here and share my positive thoughts, share how I always redirect myself when I'm starting to feel down. And also me coming here live is also my way of engaging with you, my family, my Facebook family, my Facebook friends, my Facebook colleagues, my Facebook workmates, my Facebook partners. And yeah, so hopefully what I've said will make you feel a little bit better if you were feeling down. And hopefully it will make you a little bit more excited if you were already happy anyway. So have a good, what day is it today? Wednesday. The rest of your Wednesday and the rest of your week. Enjoy your weekend and continue to be hopeful, looking forward. Bye bye. Thanks for joining, Tatenda. Long time. I saw your photo when you were on holiday, and I thought, how can she go on holiday at a time like this? And then I saw the date. I thought, okay, yeah, you're safe. Anyway, take care, guys. Love always.